Hello, everyone. This is the stress session to help you process through your stress. We experience stress through many, many things, right? We've got work, we've got family, we have, children, all the things that they have to do in life, their extracurricular activities. Hang on, oh, goodness. Got more people asking to come in. All right, so stressing. Think about deadlines. Oh man, that causes stress. Think about deadlines like that you had in school back in the day, right? Where it was a rush to get things done. That can definitely cause stress. Think about running a household, right? All the things that you have to do, the house cleaning and the maintenance and the yard and all of the stuff, right? So many things that can cause stress. Marriage, right? How often are we maybe not on the same page, as your spouse, or in how you parent your children, right? So many different things can bring lots of stress to our bodies and overwhelm them. We've got paying bills, family drama. Oh, we've got lots of family drama. Holidays are coming up. Does that stress you out? Do you feel like you have to, act a certain way, or are they coming to your house? Does that mean you have to like deep clean your house? Like what is causing the stress there? Money is always, a stress for people. Weather, the seasons are changing. A lot of people struggle with winter, everything, the leaves have fallen off. Everything's looking bleak. It's going to start snowing. It's going to be freezing cold, right? So think about, seasons, sickness. Oh man, my family like went through sickness for like 2 weeks. I was like, what is going on? And we all had different random symptoms. And I'm like, what? So much stress. Unplanned things, such as like the trip to Instacare a few weeks ago because my son had a fever of 105.2. And I was like, I think that's a little too high, right? So obviously, all the stress that can happen in your life and, the things that you feel. But that wreaks havoc on our bodies. So the intent for this session is to help you clear that. I want everyone to take a nice deep breath. And another. And last one. You can shake out any stress that you may have right now, kind of stretch, help things move. We're going to be shifting through a lot of stuff here in the next like 10 minutes. And I'm going to be yawning to help you process. So I want you to picture a recycle bin just in front of you, and we are just going to be pulling anything out. Anytime I say something that like triggers you, just picture it going into the recycle bin. You can be pulling it out of your heart. It can be like string that you're pulling on, or yarn. You can be like pulling it out of like your hair or your head. You can be tapping, just picturing like little dust particles going into the recycle bin. Whatever feels best for you to help you process through releasing all the stress. But I just want you to put it in the recycle bin right now. Oh, I love that. You guys are already opening up. You're like, oh, great. This is what we do. Yes, we can put that in the recycle bin. So as I was tuning into the energy, the first thing that came up is actually a self-punishment, such as I deserve to be stressed. That's not a good belief to have. So I want you to tap, shake it off, whatever you need to do to help you process through. But we actually don't have to use stress as a form of self-punishment. We can clear the belief that I deserve to be stressed. Good. And every time you hear me yawn, let's have that be a cue for you to take a nice deep breath to help you shift all the energy. In life, there's going to be stress, but you think about people who are like at a level 10 stress all the time, and then some are like pretty chill in a level 1, right? Like in essence, we kind of have a choice of how stressed we allow, our life to become. And so it's taking a conscious effort to be like, okay, I'm feeling really stressed. Like, why? What can I do? What are things I can do? I can do breathing techniques. I can do tapping. I can, picture it going into the recycle bin, right? So many things that you can do. We also carry stuff from our generational line. So our ancestors, I'm getting a lot of generational stuff that's just barely coming up now, like flooding in. So I want you to just take a nice deep breath, honoring the stress that your ancestors have felt that they may have passed down to you, or the limiting beliefs about stress, or that you have to carry it, and put it all in the recycle bin. I'm opening up like an an energetic flow so that it can kind of just flow easily. Nothing's clogged, everything's just draining smoothly out of your body. Good, good. All right, now we're going to honor some emotions that were coming up. So there's panic. Whew. Panic's a big one when you're stressed. Often our bodies just want to acknowledge what we're feeling, and then it will easily process it. So you can go to counseling for years and talk through things, but sometimes if you don't identify the correct emotion, it will never fully process. So if there's any additional emotions that you need that I don't list, just honor them in your body. You can just say them out loud, or just picture them going into the recycle bin. So not only that, like you're feeling possibly stress from today, but also your entire life. I'm sure there were stressful things as a child or as a teenager, or, learning to drive, or, fighting with your best friend in high school, or, all those things. Like we can bring up a lot, but I want you to install like just in your mind, a dimmer switch, right? Like literally picture like a dimmer switch. It's either going to be a knob that turns left and right, or it's going to be one that slides up and down. You choose. But if it gets too overwhelming, I just want you to turn the dimmer switch down. We're not going to flip the light off. We're going to keep it running, but just maybe at a slower pace so that we don't overwhelm your system. All right. So emotions of panic. Scarcity, right? There's not enough time, or there's not enough money, and stress, stress, stress. Feeling inadequate to do everything. Good job. Remember, nice deep breaths, tapping, shifting, shaking things up. All right, pulling out anxious, feeling anxious. Guilt. Just picture it flowing right out of that tube into the recycle bin. Any guilt, feeling frustrated, discouraged at all the stress you're dealing with, or all the things you have to do, feeling like you're not doing enough. Feeling bitter about all that you have to do and all the stress that you're carrying. Feeling unheard. I'm seeing like a cloud of like confusion. So often when we're just like in so much overwhelm, there's just like this heavy cloud that just confuses you, and you're like, what am I even supposed to be doing? Like there's just so much. So releasing, feeling confused, stressed. There's resentment coming up. Maybe people in your life aren't supporting you how you feel they should, or helping out, doing their portion. Feeling controlled by stress, feeling responsible, uncomfortable, burdened, alone, alone in your stress, alone in your trials, feeling powerless to change, irritated. Good job. You guys are doing great. Keep breathing. And if you don't have water, remember, lots of water. All right. There's blame, blame of self, blame of others. Oh, the next one coming up is feeling hard-hearted. This one is just too much. You just shut down your heart. Feeling overwhelmed. Feeling like stupid, like this should be easier. Like, why can't I figure this out? Why does it have to be so hard? Unfair. Oh, I know it's a lot, so just keep breathing. Remember, turn your dimmer switch down if you need to. Unappreciated for all that you do. Feeling scattered. When we're stressed, you can be all over the place. Feeling strained, like physically, puts a toll on your body to feel so much stress. Ooh, this one's a big one. Feeling like a victim. Jealousy is coming up. It's more of like a comparison or like a jealousy of like, well, they don't have to do as much, or if you look on social media, their life isn't that stressful. Like, why is my life so hard? Why is my life so stressful? That's a big one. Shake it out. Remember, tap it out, shake it out, let it move. Is your recycle bin filling up? If so, you can grab another one, fill them up as many times as you need to. Feeling unmotivated. Stress can definitely shut us down. Leave us feeling disconnected from ourselves, like our body. It's too much to handle from those around us, from life. Oh, wow, this is a big one. I didn't see this coming up yesterday, but doubting life, doubting your divine worth, doubting life. Like, why does this have to be so hard? Like, just kind of doubting that you can ever change the circumstances is what's coming up, as well as doubt in your like ability and capability of getting things done and finishing the projects, or releasing the stress, or removing things off of your plate, or stop people pleasing so that your plate's not so full, right? Oh. And then stress can cause us to withdraw from families, from feeling our emotions. All right. Whew. All right. There's also thought loops, right? When you're super stressed or stewing on, how am I going to pay this bill? Or, this unexpected, whatever came up, and how am I going to do it, right? We can be addicted to those thought loops. So we're just going to take scissors in your mind, cut any thought loops that aren't serving you, that are causing you stress or making you relive the stress. Fabulous, fabulous. Okay. Adrenals. Woo. Stress. I feel like a lot of people on this planet are in like chronic fight or flight, like it's never going to end. Your adrenal glands are just like, we're trying to keep up, but we can't. Like, you guys are running faster than you should at times. It may not be in this moment, but in the past, I'm sure there's been times where you felt like, I just can't keep up. So you're gonna send some healing energy to your adrenals. Just picture light going into your adrenals. You can just picture light going into your whole body to help calm it down. Ooh, so much shifting. I hope you guys are feeling this. Are you noticing a shift? Do you feel more like expansive in your breath, like you can breathe more, like a weight's being lifted off your shoulders? Just kind of notice what you're feeling. You're welcome to type in the chat too if you'd like. Okay, this came up as I was pondering stress. You can actually be addicted to stress. You can be addicted to the chemical response in your body for stress. You can be addicted to stress for reasons such as it's a motivator, right? So if I'm stressed and I have a deadline, like that's going to motivate me to get things done. And just like that busyness, that like I'm doing a lot, but if you're so stressed and you're doing like 1,000 different projects, or you're really accomplishing much, right? Like it's best to focus on one thing. And just prioritizing that to-do list. To-do lists can definitely make you feel stressed out. What I like to do is just kind of keep a giant running list of things to do, but then on a separate piece of paper just put like 1 or 2 or 3 priorities for the day. Okay, we've got a comment coming in. I feel like I'm on the verge of crying. Crying is so beautiful. I promise there's so much power in each of your tears to help your body release. It's okay if you want to cry. It is okay. Tell yourself that it is safe to let things go. It is safe to cry it out. It is safe to cry it out. It's okay. Let the tears fall. This is a lot. We deal with a lot of stress. There's a lot of things. I mean, if you watch the news, I would just recommend not watching the news, right? Like there's so many things of stress coming at us constantly. And whatever you can do to release stress in your life is definitely beneficial for you as well as your physical body, like your mind and your body, your spirit. They want to be in a state of calm, not stressed. Good. We've got someone feeling lighter. Excellent. Thank you. All right. So instead of choosing to allow stress to be your motivator, what if we choose to be motivated by joy or the feeling of like, I've accomplished this? Like, let it be fun and easy, right? Like, stress, good. We've got someone else feeling lighter. Stress is such a heavy, yucky, like chaotic energy, right? So if we can just be more calm, then we can be more open to receiving like inspiration, on how to improve our life or help our children, or whatever we can do to bring in more calm. So is it something that you need to take off your plate? Is it asking your spouse, hey, I need 1 day a week where I get 2 hours to myself, for some major self-care? Is it asking your spouse to step up and do an extra chore? Do you need to ask your kids to help more with chores, right? Like there's so many things we can do. And telling people no if they ask you to do something, if you're depleted, you can't really serve them. So if they're like, hey, can you watch my kids for 3 hours? And you're like, I'm like dying over here. I've got so much going on. And then you say yes, what are you doing to yourself? Like that's punishing yourself. You need to be in a better space to be able to serve and help people. So don't people please. It's okay to say no to people. It's not like a horrible thing. Just have boundaries around that, right? Okay, a few more things. I know we're a little over on time. It was short and sweet. I want to show you that we can shift a ton of energy in just a few minutes and you can get on with your day and just feel so much better. So choose to be motivated by something other than stress, like joy, right? So connect to something that you want and connect to that vision. Just a few affirmations. It is safe to release the stress in my body. Let's say that a few more times. It is safe to release the stress in my body. If that one doesn't feel okay, you can say it can be safe, or I'm willing to let it be safe to release the stress in my body. Sometimes you just need to tweak it a little bit to where you're like, okay, that feels better. I may not understand how I'm releasing the stress. I just know that I am. I may not know how. Ooh, cracking the neck. I'm releasing the stress. I just know that I am. Breathe that one in. And as I release the stress, my body can begin to heal from any side effects from stress. So as I release the stress, my body can begin to heal from any side effects from stress. As I release the stress, my body can begin to heal from any side effects from stress. All right, I want you to picture a light coming from heaven. If that doesn't resonate with you, you can just picture a giant ray of sunshine coming down. We're going to have it come down. It's going to be huge. Like the room that you're in, it's going to fill the entire room. And it's just going to flood your whole body. inside and out. It's almost like you open up a little like door, on the top of your head. We're just going to flush everything with light, hoping anything that needs to go to that recycle bin now. Oh, letting it go all the way from your head, down your neck, your shoulders, arms, your torso, oh, your back, especially your hips, thighs, knees, calves, your ankles, your feet, and allowing that light to go through the bottom of your feet all the way into the center of the earth, way, way, way down. So you're completely, fully wrapped and enveloped in light. Feeling lighter, feeling like things flushed. And now I want you to see that recycle bin. It can either disappear, you can have angels take it out, you can have it be flooded with light to where the dark moves and leaves. You can hire a crew to come power wash it. Whatever you need to do to take out that garbage.